It's time to dive beneath the surface and into the minds and hearts of your favorite celebrities and pop culture icons. Welcome to Up and Adam.
Hey guys, what's up? You're watching Up and Adam. My name's Adam Newell. And for those of you who don't know me, I'm the guy bringing you guys all the latest and greatest from your favorite celebrities and pop culture influencers. Today's no different. Today we're back to talk about the fact that Erika Girardi has reportedly been embarrassed. She feels embarrassed. We're going to have to jump into this. Apparently what they're saying is she feels embarrassed by the network and that they're using one of the former housewives of Beverly Hills to help achieve that. Guys, there's so much to talk about. But before we do, if you haven't already, go ahead, smash that like button, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell because, well, you don't want to miss anything we have coming up. Now, with that, let's jump right in. All right, guys, so there was a source who spoke to The Sun who explained the fact that obviously we know on this season, The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, season 11, Erika Girardi and her whole Tom Girardi storyline, it's all playing out, right? Well, this source was explaining that apparently behind the scenes, there's this feud going on between Erika and production. Now, we've already talked about the fact that there was a knockout, drag-out screaming match on one of the last episodes of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and we didn't get to see that play out on camera. Lisa Rinna was the one who teased the whole thing that happened, but again, it was edited out, and it made it look like Garcelle was to blame, and that Erika was really pissed off at Garcelle the whole time. Now, what this source is saying is that her relationship with production is at an all-time low because she feels like the network, she allegedly feels like the network, is using her, trying to embarrass her in order to boost ratings for the show. They said Erika's relationship with the network isn't in the best place right now for a few reasons, and she reportedly feels like she has been left hung out to dry, used. Okay, wait, it keeps going. They said that she promised them that she would be more open on this upcoming season before the season even started because production had a conversation with her. And now this is just from what the source is telling The Sun again. But production had a conversation with her, letting her know you have to be more open. Like you're very stoic, you keep everything to yourself, you're more reserved, you're the ice queen for a reason, we get that, but you need to be more open. So she agreed to that while going into the new season. And after she agreed, they're saying it came back to bite her in the butt, because once she signed on for the new season, they started filming. And of course, we know the rest. She filed for divorce and all of the headlines came out. And production was like, wait a minute, you said that you were going to be more open. So that's exactly what we expect from you. The insider is also claiming that Garcelle Beauvais is the only one who, production can convince to ask Erika the hard questions, to press in, figure out what's really going on. The rest of the women don't want to touch this with the 10-foot pole. Now, Garcelle has been pushed by production, and we saw on the last episode when she brought up the fact that Tom still calls Erika daily, and that was a personal conversation that really Garcelle wasn't a part of in the first place from what we're hearing. This was a conversation between Erika and Crystal Kung-Minkoff, and now since, Garcelle brought it up, it's obviously common knowledge, it's public knowledge, but really it was public knowledge anyways because production caught you on the hot mic. So regardless, it was going to be talked about. And for Garcelle, her being encouraged and the only one who's taking the bait from production, well, that just makes it known that she will continue to do what she has to do because this is a job and she's showing up for her job in order to keep her diamond. And also she probably watched the women last season and thought, okay, well, all of you guys went in on my friend Lisa Rinna, all of you guys set up this whole situation for Denise to be exposed for this alleged hookup with Brandi Glanville. And I don't say alleged loosely. I mean, I don't know if it happened or not. Brandi seemed to have the text, but that's old news anyways. But maybe she's thinking in her head, okay, you guys wanted to play hardball. Now it's my turn. I'll play hardball if that's the game that we're playing. Now, they're also saying that Erika feels really hurt and she feels like they're editing her in a certain way intentionally to make her look bad on the show. And this is where I kind of question it a little bit. I don't know. I mean, we know on these shows that they do edit you to become a certain character to look a certain way, right? Yes. However, this is all stuff that's actually happening. So they can't really edit you to look bad. This is how you look. This is what's happening. These are the headlines. This is your divorce. This is stuff that's coming out of your mouth when you're talking about not having a debit card, your husband cheating, your husband rolling his car off the side of a hill. him not being supportive. You're saying all of this. So how are they editing you to look bad? Okay, let's keep going. So we know that Erika is not walking away from the show anytime soon, as the legal issues are piling up. Who knows how much at the end of all of this she's going to have to pay out. And this is her main source of income. But as for why Bravo is deciding to keep her around, well, it now makes more sense now that this inside source has explained it. Because at first I was thinking, this is almost a boycott Erika movement. And I'm reading from both sides. There's half of the people who, are thinking, okay, maybe Erika had nothing to do with it. And then the other half are like, get her off the show. And when they did that to Kelly Dodd, they boycotted Kelly Dodd. Kelly Dodd was off the show. But now that this is being explained in a different way, I see where the network as a business, what they're thinking. This is what was said. Bravo isn't going to fire her because her legal cases could easily span over 2 years, and that will definitely guarantee blockbuster ratings. She really feels like she's in an impossible situation, but she's been told by her camp not to call out production publicly because she has to work with them for the foreseeable. She doesn't know how long she's going to be working with them. So with that, she can't really say too much. You can't go against the network because when you do, you're left out to dry. And then what are you going to do for an income? Now, we know that one of our former OGs was on Watch What Happens Live, and she's been talking a little bit about Erika's legal issues, but very vaguely. And you guys know who she is. She's crazy about dogs, just not crazy about bitches, right? Okay, so she said that she thinks that the whole thing is absolutely fascinating, the way that this is all played out. But really, she feels bad for the victims. She kind of explained the fact that she couldn't even imagine how they feel watching this whole thing unfold. She also explained that she doesn't understand this whole $40,000 a month in glam thing. She said that, when you see these poor people, the victims, it's all devastating. And you feel bad for the victims, which I agree. You do feel bad for the victims. And the victims still have not been addressed on Erika's side. We haven't heard her really say anything about the victims, even though after talking to some of the legal commentators who we brought onto our channel, they've explained, well, maybe she's being advised by her camp and her lawyers not to mention the victims because she doesn't want to, or maybe they don't want her to put herself in a corner and make it look like she actually knew something. We don't know. It's just a lot. It's a lot in the Erika Girardi world. This same source explained that Erika Girardi really doesn't like the former OG, and she feels like she should not be the one to talk about ethics and morals. She thinks that Bravo is protecting her, and she also thinks that Bravo is using this as a way to continue to jab at Erika and hurt her to boost ratings. Now, one question I have for you guys is, what do you think about Erika Girardi feeling hurt and used by the show? I don't necessarily understand when we get housewives who say that, because you know what you signed up for. You're not brand new. This isn't your freshman season. You've been on since season 6. This is season 11. You know how the whole show works. You just watched Denise get raked through the mud. How could you not know that production and Bravo would play this out exactly how it's being played out? In your mind, knowing that it's a network and a business, what would make you think that they would protect you? Andy Cohen has even said before, Bravo does not protect the talent. That's why I'm sure we're going to see one big shit show when it comes to Real Housewives of Salt Lake City and everything unfolding with Jen Shah. And it was the same thing when we watched Teresa Giudice. So I don't know why Erika would necessarily feel like she was any different or that they would treat her any different. But those are my questions for you. Guys, if you haven't already, go ahead, comment below. Before you go, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell because, well, you don't want to miss anything we have coming up. And with that, we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.
Check us out every Monday and Wednesday. Thanks for watching Up and Adam.